Hello, we're speaking to Kathy today, who is Tess's mum. Kathy's been fundraising with Tree of Hope for, since 2022 for Tess's various needs. So if you could give us a quick introduction about what you're fundraising for, a little bit about Tess as well, that'd be brilliant.
Oh, yes, thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. Tree of Hope has supported and helped our families so much. So it's a very important part of how we manage, life with a very disabled child. So Tess is 7 now, and she was born ostensibly healthy, but within 2 months, she really started going downhill. She stopped making eye contact, stopped feeding well, and started sleeping a lot. And it wasn't until another few weeks later that we noticed the first seizures. So over the next 48 hours, she sort of had every test you can think of. And they actually didn't find anything to be a cause of the condition at the time, but her brain pattern assessed by the EEG was evidence that she had a very devastating seizure condition called infantile spasms. Some children do grow out of it, or they have much better outcomes because they're able to get the seizures under control with medication. But in our instance, it's proven to be a very, very difficult case, one in several million case, where she has not responded to medication or indeed any of the other treatment options available on the NHS. And not only that, but the treatments she was having with the NHS were actually making her worse, because the more medication you're on, the more side effects you have, and quality of life had really kind of disappeared for her. She was, very incapacitated and in quite a lot of pain, which it took us a while to work out that it was digestive pain. It took a long time to get to this point, but we decided that we would try fundraising, and we had heard of Tree of Hope, I guess, through the disability community, and it does take a while to get there, because it is very uncomfortable to ask other people for money. But what we had come to realize was that having disability in your life completely changes your financial situation. So, firstly, I used to have a pretty sort of high powered job full time. I stopped working completely for a while because my mental health was kind of at risk for a while there. And then I started again, but now I do 2 days a week. So you've already taken a big hit in terms of your income. And then, I mean, I think I saw a survey recently which said that disabled people on average require about £1,000 a month extra just to have the same quality of life as non-disabled people. And that's certainly our experience. There are so many different aspects of her life which need input, which you just wouldn't realize unless you're in this world. For starters, she is very severely impaired across the board. So she's under every type of therapist you can think of. And the thing with managing disability is it's not a one-off situation. It's an ongoing level of input and care that she needs. But the positive things, once we had made this decision to start fundraising, was that we couldn't believe the response we got from family, friends, and quite honestly, sometimes people that have just never even met you or Tess. Something strikes a chord, and they find out about it one way or another, and they also feel compelled to donate. So that's amazing, and that really gave us the opportunity to just explore so many holistic therapies and traditional therapies for her. which have made a huge difference. And now I would say, because we have done the fundraising, Tess is in a much more stable condition. Actually, her seizures have vastly improved, and she is not in pain anymore, because we've done a huge amount of work with various naturopaths to sort of heal her digestive discomfort. And we have quality of life as a family. I mean, it's still difficult. We're now in that phase where she's coming out of being a very little child, moving into being a bigger child. And there's a whole, sort of different just set of circumstances to get used to, because of just naturally being larger, heavier, needing new equipment, all of those things. But for our whole family, we just have quality of life, and we're stable mentally and
Brilliant.
emotionally, which is not a given, because it's a very, very challenging, difficult situation to come to terms with. So the support, it really does mean everything to us.
Yeah, and it seems as though you really have had so many people rallying around you, and I guess this sort of leads on to the next question, in that one of your biggest fundraisers that you've done over the past years is the annual Cricket for Tess. So where did that come about? Where did you kind of think about those sort of bigger fundraising events?
We knew we needed some kind of big event to be like a focal point for the fundraising. And we'd heard about people doing sort of evening gala dinners and things like that. And honestly, the reason we decided not to go down that route is because we're so tired.
Anything past 9 o'clock, it's just 8 o'clock maybe.
Exactly. We're so tired in the evening. So we decided to do a daytime event. And then it was, that sort of obviously led to being a sort of sports event that could work quite well. And cricket is really something that's been meant a lot to both myself and my partner, Leaf. He is a former cricketer himself. He used to play at a very high level in Australia when he was younger, and has continued playing throughout his life. And as a game, I would say cricket has just like the most fantastic team spirit. It's all about being in a team, supporting each other. Um, Leaf is very in with the cricket community, and then he knows quite a lot of professional cricketers, including quite a few people that play for Middlesex. So we were able to start, really getting a good sort of team on board. And then we realized that we could make the event very family friendly. So if we had a nice cricket ground, which had a bar, there would be nice things for the adults to do. We would put on some food for everybody. But then we arranged lots of activities for kids, so that a family could come for the day and there would be something for everyone. We had face painting, we had two different types of inflatable bouncy castle type obstacle course things. Um, Sometimes we had like children's entertainers. We had people that came and did that for free one year, just sort of singing to the kids, and henna tattoos, and they also just being outdoors, running around, having picnics. So that format was brilliant, because it really meant people could come and bring their family, and they wouldn't be held back by having to leave kids at home or anything like that. And I think having it as a cricket match means that you can have a good justification for making it an annual event, because it is difficult to keep fundraising as an ongoing thing, because you do feel bad asking the same people to donate again and again. But having a cricket match means you're putting on a really good day, people can come along and have a great time. And so it just gives that ongoing ability to just keep the fundraising going. And I find that even if you just put the event details on social media or send people invites, even if they can't make it, it then gives them a prompt to donate as well.
As well as you're sort of saying that with an annual event, it means that you've sort of already got the planning. You understand what is needed. So the first year potentially might have been a bit more complicated, whereas now you know exactly what you need to do. And that sort of brings me on to the next question about how did you get about organising the day, and did you involve your friends and family in organising and sort of bringing people in?
Yeah. The most difficult thing right at the beginning was finding a venue, because we quickly realised that most sports grounds are busy on Saturdays and Sundays. And we managed to get around that by working out that we could get it on a bank holiday Monday. So that was a really key part of working it out. And then just calling in favours, I think at the heart of fundraising is having to step out of your comfort zone. So it's already very uncomfortable asking people for money. You just have to get over that. You just remember it's for your child. People will understand, and they honestly do. And then the next thing is just like tapping into all of your networks. So literally every sort of, whether it's your groups at school or I'm part of the choir, so I have support from them. It's really just getting everybody you can think of aware of what's happening and seeing if anybody can contribute in any way. I mean, a big thing for us was finding raffle prizes. The raffle raises a lot of money on the day, so you want to have some good prizes for people. And it's just amazing how generous and the types of things that you can get. It really is the case that if you just ask, you never know what will come of it. I mean, people can always say no, and that's fine, but sometimes someone will just surprise you and give you something absolutely knockout amazing. So it's just a lot about stepping out of your comfort zone. But you're totally right. If you have like an annual thing, then the first year we just didn't really understand exactly what we needed on the.
And what has been one of your most memorable moments from doing the cricket for Tess, either in the lead up or on the day?
Hmm, um, I think the contrast of having some really good professional cricketers participate alongside just local dad friends from your from your community has always been brilliant. I mean, a couple of years we've had an absolutely amazing gun cricketer called T. Wiley who plays for Western Australia. And he's like 20, 21, at the top of his game, absolutely amazing. And, then you get him up sort of bowling against, just someone that who last played cricket about 25 years ago. But that's been brilliant. And we've had some really good quality cricket played because of these guest stars. We also had Sam Robson from Middlesex, has been a huge supporter throughout playing, and that's been very exciting. I think for people that they actually get to come and see a few cricket stars in amongst just just your mates who are just playing for the day. And then just I think the highlights are just how much everybody's enjoyed it, even ourselves. Once the stress of doing it all, once you're there on the day, that all melts away, and it's just been brilliant. It's a bit like a wedding. Sort of everybody that knows and loves you will actually make the effort to come there if they're around. And so just so many people that you never normally get in the same place actually turning up. And Tess always seems to really be on great form for those days. She just somehow picks up on the atmosphere and the facts, I guess, that it is for her. So that's been lovely. And my other children, Teddy and Patty, have an absolutely brilliant time as well. They're sort of bouncing for hours in the bouncy castles and eating lots of cake.
And what advice would you give to any other families who will be thinking about organising a community fundraiser like Cricket for Tess?
Ah, yeah. I think it is like any kind of event project management. You should start off with a really detailed plan. If you put the time into the planning, just take a couple of hours to just type up a document with absolutely everything on it, then that's just going to help you loads. And it also is a really good way of managing stress, because once everything is sort of written down, and then you can break up each thing that you need to organize into, you know, sub points, into tasks that you need to just tick off to do that. And then it gives you the ability to maybe assign tasks to other people. It wasn't always so easy to get people to help us with the planning, I must say. People are much more able to help on the day, but occasionally we did get people helping with like contacting companies for raffle prizes and things like that, which is very time consuming, but really worth doing, because like it's amazing what you can get. But I would just say, having taking that time right at the beginning, do a really detailed plan. It will just make you feel so much better about everything to have it all on paper. Um, and then on the day, I think I alluded to this earlier, but you just need way more help than you think you do. Just extra bodies. Just try and get, you know, a big team in place. Even if someone can just come for an hour, there will be something for them to do. And you'll probably need more help setting up than you realise. Um, and just don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, walk around your local community, go into businesses. I mean, we got, I think, like a £200 donation just from walking into Foxlands, which was very nice of them. But you'd be surprised, like, what businesses have funds available for like local community initiatives. So it's really just worth trying, and putting flyers in coffee shops and normal shops. And I think one of the like real silver linings of doing all of this is that it really forces you to connect with your local community. And you know, sometimes, you know, I feel British people can be a bit shy and held back. But if you just go up to someone and start talking to them, which is not in my natural nature, but it was something I would force myself to do. It actually is so amazing how it helps you connect with other people. People are always happy to chat to you, actually. So it teaches you a lot about human nature, I think, and is it's just, you know, yeah, it does bring a lot of special opportunities for connection into your life.
In terms of just fundraising in general, have you got any hints of things that people can do, or yeah, have you got any words of wisdom for families?
Oh, um, I don't. I mean, I think it is just pushing yourself to just speak to as many people as possible, uh, and yeah, and just to keep getting the word out. Really, use all your social media platforms. Often people will share, and again, it's sort of it's leaving your ego behind, and just doing things that make you feel uncomfortable. But if you just keep focusing on the fact that it's all for your child, and that people will understand, if they were in your position, they would do the same. I know that, because we all just want our children to have the best lives that we can.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so you summed it up really well, and thank you so much for joining us and to giving our families who are also in the same position to a bit of advice and how they can put on their own fundraising event.